Welcome to the first Side Project Impact Call, and happy 4th birthday to Side Project. We were founded on August 16th, 2012 by a group of young professionals who wanted to fight for social justice in their communities. My name is Jeff Fromneck. I'm a co-founder and managing attorney of Side Project. You can join in the conversation today on Twitter by following @SideProjectInc and using hashtag #SPImpact. Each impact call will follow the same format, with the main focus of the call being on reporting the latest news, volunteer opportunities, and an overview of our most recent clients and projects. Let's get started. The purpose of Side Project's impact calls is to ensure that all of our stakeholders have timely, current, and comprehensive information on how we are impacting social change in our communities. Inspired by Margaret Mead, we understand the power that small groups of thoughtful, committed citizens have to change the world. The last decade has seen a surge of energy among young men and women who want to build careers focused on fighting for social justice and using their skills and education for good, not just gain. They are computer programmers, accountants, businessmen and women, lawyers, teachers, social workers, and many others who are responding to the numerous injustices afflicting their communities. These activists are using their assets to tackle issues such as mental health, animal rights, discrimination, lack of inclusion, community development, the environment, and more. We are here to support these groups, to believe in them, and to provide them with a shoulder to lean on as they grow and develop. Our work is guided by our core values and follows an asset-based community development approach that supports individuals, organizations, and institutions focused on social justice as they work to identify, utilize, and add to the existing resources of their community. I want to recognize and thank our newest volunteers. This summer, Side Project provided law clerk opportunities to 8 first-year law students. These students included Evelyn Batista, Marina Mucci, Richard Peeps, Henry Norwood, David Reiner, Leighton Regis, Stephanie Vale, and Erica Weintraub. These students worked on a variety of projects, including legal research on nonprofit legal issues, writing blogs, and helping with corporate formation and governance issues. We also want to welcome Side Project's youngest volunteer, Beth Fromneck. In June, the board elected 3 members of the Action Advisory Committee to serve on the board of directors. Ted Casey joins the board after serving as a volunteer for the past 3 years. He will help with compliance and outreach in Pennsylvania. Nicole DeMario is one of our founding members and moves to the board after 3.5 years of serving on the Action and Advisory Committee. Nicole helps with communications. Kelsey Ripper served for 2 years on the Action Advisory Committee, helping with our continuing legal education program. She continues to be an advisor for that program. Side Project is fueled by the generosity and passion of our volunteers. We are always looking for someone interested in taking on a charitable side project. We are developing a series of webinars on all things related to social change, and we need your help. We need help with topics, development, production, marketing, and promotion. Please contact me if you can get involved. We have a variety of events coming up in Pittsburgh and West Palm Beach. We will discuss the educational opportunities later, but we want to start with the fun stuff. The 11th annual Tailgate is August 20th in Pittsburgh. Since its inception, thousands of people have attended, raising more than $1,500 for local Pittsburgh charities. This year's event will benefit the Arts for Autism Foundation, Evolve Coaching, Community Living and Support Services, and the Animal Rescue League. Tailgate is organized by Adam Cosgrove, Andrew Muskowick, Garrett Young, Sarah Brown, Dave Brown, Joe DePirac, Carolyn Hare, Heather Conroy, Joe Farrell, Nick Koch, Brandon Keller, and Shannon McCarty. On October 29th, the Steel City Beard and Mustache Club a side project, will host Beards for Beasts, Pittsburgh's premier charity facial hair competition. All proceeds from the event will be donated to the Animal Rescue League and Hello Bully. The event has raised more than $10,000 for Western Pennsylvania animal welfare organizations. In addition to these community events, our work this year has focused on three major areas: the nonprofit incubator program, the low bono legal aid program, and training and education. Through our nonprofit incubator program, we help social change agents and groups implement new programs, bring together groups to collaborate on an issue, and test approaches to social change. We currently are working with 9 grassroots projects. Most of these projects focus on inclusion for people with disabilities. Open Up Pittsburgh offers accessible yoga and improv theater classes. The Western Pennsylvania Disability History and Action Consortium's work preserves the historic struggle of Western Pennsylvanians with disabilities to attain human and civil rights and works to educate the public about that history. The South Florida Link Coalition is a multidisciplinary, collaborative initiative created to increase education and awareness, address public policy, create programs, and lead research on the link between animal cruelty and human violence. Our project spotlight this quarter is Open Up Pittsburgh. Founder Tessa knows the power of improv to boost communication skills and focus, as well as the joy it has brought her. It was this interest that led her to develop a project she called Open Up Pittsburgh. 3 years later, she received a $30,000 grant from the Trees Foundation to launch her project. So far, in the first 6 months of operation, the Yoga in Schools program has set up in 5 different classrooms and served a total of 46 students with special needs. The improvisational theater program has taught 3 classes of music prov in partnership with the Friendship Circle organization, serving about 20 students with disabilities. Our Lawyers for Nonprofits program provides legal counsel to nonprofits. Many of our 25 clients are returning customers. We are currently working with several groups to help them incorporate as a nonprofit and apply for tax-exempt status. This includes the Community Greening Corp in Delray Beach, who is working to help green Palm Beach County, and the Greater Braddock Ministerial Association, who is working in the Pittsburgh area to improve fellowship and cooperation among Christian clergy and churches of the Pittsburgh area. Several groups are enrolled in our compliance management program. New clients this year include the Open Law Library, which is a group dedicated to making the law accessible for all. Their mission is to create, free of charge to the public, an open, accurate, and readily accessible digital law library. A DC nonprofit, I help them get registered in Pennsylvania. The Childhood Apraxia of Speech Association is another one of our clients in this program. They're a national association that advocates for the rights of children with speech disabilities. I manage their charitable compliance for 17 states. Our approach for training and education is to develop original content and to partner with established groups and training opportunities. Through the Interdependence Network Division, we hosted workshops focused on social capital and inclusion in Toronto and at Shippensburg University this past spring. In Pittsburgh, we hosted a workshop with the Bear Center for Nonprofit Management. This workshop was focused on social entrepreneurs and the steps they need to take when thinking about starting a nonprofit. On August 16th and 17th, we are hosting a free legal clinic at Nonprofits First. Action Advisory member Brad Guys and I are joining together to provide free 30-minute consultations to Palm Beach area nonprofit organizations on corporate and tax legal issues. On October 13th, I am hosting a webinar on fiscal sponsorship in partnership with the Bear Center for Nonprofit Management. This 30-minute webinar will cover what fiscal sponsorship is, when fiscal sponsorship is appropriate, the most common types of fiscal sponsorship, and best practices. You can register for the webinar on Facebook. After the first 6 months of the fiscal year, Side Project is in a strong position financially. We continue to try and recover from the loss of our only major donor. Due to the loss of funding, we had to cut our intern stipend program and reduce the amount of free professional development opportunities we provide. We did see an impressive growth this year in our grant dollars. Most notable are grants we received for the Open Up Pittsburgh project and the Western Pennsylvania Disability History and Action Consortium. The Erie Tailgate raised about $1,200 for Erie charities, and that money will be distributed this fall. Please note that financial results are preliminary and unaudited. We learned a lot of lessons the past 6 months. Our number one priority is to diversify our funding in 2017. The Board of Directors has begun to re-examine our strategic fundraising plan and is exploring new sources of revenue. This will include grants that Side Project or its projects may qualify for, as well as monetizing our professional development curriculum. In the meantime, we have tightened our belt and are working through the shortfall in unrestricted funds. More than ever, the Action Advisory Committee continues to play an important role. Over the last few months, many members have stepped up to help in a variety of areas, most notably helping with the Erie and Pittsburgh tailgates. We thank everyone involved. Others have been helping by reviewing blogs and helping Side Project to build its social capital. Thank you to everyone who took on a charitable side project this year. If you haven't yet, there's plenty of time to still help. Contact me to get involved in the project today. Lastly, as we finish the first impact call, we ask that you consider helping out our training and educational efforts. We want you to ask yourselves, what topic or topics would you feel comfortable teaching to someone else? What topics would you feel comfortable writing a blog post on? If you have any questions about Side Project and how we are changing the world one nonprofit at a time, or want to get more involved, please contact me today.